Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about what I'm going to look at Monday and try to make some more premium selling calls on Sofi. And before we get started, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. That way you don't miss any videos in the future. I've been documenting me trying to sell some options for some extra income and seeing if I can make that work. If that sounds like something you'd like to follow along, hit that subscribe button. That way you can stay tuned and see if I can make money or end up losing more than I make, which is always a toss-up anymore. But I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about some calls I'm looking at selling tomorrow, and maybe a put or two, we'll see, all depending on how the market performs. We're also going to look at the total of December of 2024, how much I made in premium. And then we're also going to look at some MicroStrategy news because I lost some money after selling a put on MSTX, which is a double leveraged ETF. I was assigned 100 shares. I sold at a loss. And of course, anyone that's invested in MSTX, you can thank me because now it's starting to go back up. So let's talk about Sofi real quick. Sofi is one of my biggest positions. In fact, it is my biggest position. And it's one that I said I was going to start trading the wheel on more aggressively because I lost $5,000 in a bad trade. And my goal for the month of January is see if I can make that back. I don't think it's possible, and I'm not going to do anything entirely too risky to try to make that back. But I want to see how close I can actually get. And so Friday, I was actually assigned 300 shares of Sofi. So now we're sitting back up at 3,300 shares at an average cost of $10.94. And what I can do is I can sell calls on those shares that I acquired from selling puts previously. And if I go to trade options, we can take a look at some of the calls that I can sell that expire this Friday. And one that I really find enticing, and it all depends on how Sofi plays out Monday, is the $16 strike that expires this Friday. According to Robinhood, it has a chance of profit of 86%, meaning it's not going to be in the money come expiration. And right now it's going for $9 a call in premium. And so if I took those 300 shares that I got Friday, that I acquired at a price of $15 each, because that's the put that I sold previously that I was assigned, and I were to sell 3 calls at $16, if these were to be assigned, I would get $100 each in capital appreciation, so $300. Plus $27 total in premium from selling these calls. So all in, I would get $327. Divide that by 5, that's a $65 return per day because this expires Friday. And of course, that is if they get assigned at $16. If not, then I just make $27 in the premium divided by 5. And that's a little bit over $5 a day, just holding on to Sofi shares. And right now I have some cash that I can use to sell puts on some stocks or ETFs tomorrow. And one I honestly might look at selling another put on is HIMS. If we look at trading HIMS options, I go to sell a put, also expiring tomorrow. I can sell this $25 put, 75% of profiting, and get $51 in premium from this one put alone, which in terms of per day is about $10 a day from selling this put. Of course, HIMS is a little more volatile than Sofi, so there might be a decent chance that this ends up in the money. And then as of the whole month of December of 2024, if we look at my 2 spreadsheets, so I have this old one that I used to use to track all of the options that I sell. In the month of January, until I converted to my new one, I got $2,700 in premium. So if we take our calculator, $2,700, and we look at the new and improved spreadsheet, which by the way, if you want to help out the channel and are interested in acquiring this spreadsheet for yourself, I'll have a template down in the description you can go purchase, and it helps out the channel and you get something useful in return, and I would appreciate it. And we look at December of 2024, like I said, this is part of December because the other part I was using this old spreadsheet. We got another $1,094 in premium, so plus $1,094, the whole month of December, $3,794 in both capital appreciation, if it occurred, and premium from selling options. Now, if we note the $5,000 loss that I sold on MSTX, the whole month is actually negative 1,206. So not a great month if we take that into account. But I made my argument that I was going to do it for tax benefits, and I didn't like all of that money being tied up into something so risky. And what I ended up doing is I ended up selling a put on a very similar ETF, but it's a lot less capital that I have to put up, and that is MSTU. Notice this $8.50 put, I only have to put $850 in collateral for selling this put. And then lastly, I saw this news, and this could be why MSTR rose so much on Friday, is because they are looking at a $2 billion capital raise to buy more Bitcoin in the first quarter of 2025. And they're selling preferred stock to try to raise this capital. And I guess people are just excited about that because the stock performed really, really well on Friday, which, like I said, you can thank me if you're an owner because I sold my position. And that's what usually happens is when I sell, things tend to go up. But yeah, those are pretty much the plays I'm looking at tomorrow morning. Of course, it all depends on how the market performs. If we see a big sell-off on certain stocks that I like, I might sell more puts on that stock. But it's hard to tell as of right now because the market is closed. So I'll keep you guys posted what all happens as usual. And if you want to stay tuned, please consider subscribing. If you want to check out my spreadsheet and purchase it for yourself, all the information will be down below. And I hope to see you in a future video.